Sunday in America. It is Father's Day today. As such, Mary and Jess are taking me out to Smyrna Beach, Stavros Pizza. We haven't been out here in a while. This is one of our favorite places to hit while we're out here though. Amazing salad and pizza. Oh, I got Mr. Pibb, and they call it Mr. Pibb here. There's no Pibb extra. Not New Smyrna Beach. Here's our Greek salad to start. Can you almost taste those peppers right through the camera? Here's the white pizza. I love white pizza. It's my weakness. And a regular pizza, half cheese, half pepperoni. That was good. Nice Father's Day meal. Stavros Pizza, quote, unquote. No, but seriously, why are there quotes? Post pizza, driving down Flagler Avenue, trying to find parking while it's starting to rain out, so we can walk on the beach before it's raining too heavy. Shuffleboard and bocce courts over here. Jess singing in the background. The closer we get to the beach, the more sand you find on the street. Tiki bar. Ocean breeze. Tiki bars everywhere lately. We've made it to the beach. This is our first time at the beach this year. And we're not here to swim. New Smyrna Beach has always been kind of like my zen place, the place I go to reset. I need to make it back out here more often. New Smyrna Beach also, if you go all the way down that way towards the jetty, it's the shark bite capital of the world. Probably my favorite beach that I've ever been to, but I do want to say, it is the shark bite capital of the world. And as you can see this van driving up here, you are allowed to drive on the beach. It is drive at your own risk. As you can see, it's high tide coming in here. Cars do get swallowed up sometimes. They will warn you to take your car off the beach when tide comes. That comes up pretty rapid. There's another truck coming up the other way. There's a fee to pay if you want to drive on the beach, but if you are a resident of Volusia County, you can buy a sticker for the whole season. Jess is informing me the price for residents of Volusia County is $25 for the season compared to non-residents, $100. Or if you came here and paid for parking every time that you come, it's $20 every time. Here's our little statue monument for the Smyrna Safari Club. On this site in the early 1960s, the modern era of surfing was born in New Smyrna Beach. In 1979, the Smyrna Safari Club was founded by those local surfers from the early days whose aim was to promote surfing. This monument was dedicated by the Smyrna Safari Club in 2001 to commemorate the significance of the sport of surfing to the local community. And there is a storm a-coming. I'm gonna pan over this way and walk up the beach a bit. Look what came up in the surf. Fish like pineapples, who knew? I will say, if you guys like to collect seashells, this is not the beach for you. There are not a lot of seashells at this beach. Very smooth sand now. Wilson, you found your way back. Oh, look at the birds. Mine. R.I.P. fish. This barricade is for the car equestrian jump. It's looking for dinner. Florida. Help protect our sea turtles. That is a long season. Alright, beach. We'll get back to you soon. Next time, get the bodyboard. Hey everybody, we're back home. It's actually the day after Father's Day now, but I did want to try to put together two pieces of video. Roughly a month ago, you guys may remember we did a little bit of a video where we just put like a whole bunch of different things together. One of the pieces that we put together was showing you that we had bought 23andMe DNA kits back around Black Friday of last year. We didn't do the whole test until recently, but we all took turns spitting in our ridiculous tubes. We found out that making that much saliva to fill up a tube this big is harder than it looks like.
It's not easy.
But then we started getting back our results pretty quick, and we just haven't shared our results yet. But I thought we'd go over quickly, be able to show you what, or tell you what our results were, in case you guys were ever so curious. I found the 23andMe kit kind of hit and miss in some parts, and we'll get into that a little bit, but we're hopefully not going to take too much time here. But just to start off, I'm going to give you my results. They came back first, by the way. They just, for whatever reason, when we sent them all in the same exact time, I came back days in advance of...
I came back one day after you.
Yeah.
And I was a week after them.
So very weird. And they were all accepted at the same time. The process is seamless. You send it in, they send you an email that they've received it, then they give you email statuses well along the way of everything.
What process they're at.
Yeah, what step. So for me, 100% ancestry results. I'm 25.5% British and Irish from Greater London and County Cork, Ireland. And then it says plus 18 regions. 17.2% French and German, which I had assumed it was a higher part of German in the family, at least that's what I was always told. 18.2% Eastern European, and it kind of has a sub-bullet of Poland, which this is the interesting part. I know from my father's side of the family that they were from Hungary, and my father's grandmother actually came over from Hungary. So when you go to look at 23andMe's results, they don't give you results for Hungary, because Hungary apparently has been invaded too many different times, and there's too many other countries that have assimilated into that data pool. So that is kind of where things get bucketed into 18.2%. I am 10.8% Italian from Sicily, which is kind of like a confirmation. My mother's grandmother was adopted, and they never really knew where she was from or the history, but they had what they had pieced together prior to having computers and any type of research to be done electronically. They had pieced together that they were from Italy. So
that's kind of funny, because I have an adoptive family member back then too. That's pretty cool.
I am 2.7% Greek and Balkan, 3.3% broadly Southern European, 0.3% Ashkenazi Jewish, and 10.2% broadly European, which is kind of like kitchen sink.
He is a mutt.
Yeah, so it's like everything all together. And then Mary has...
All right, I'm 100% European. Then it goes, I am 76% British Irish from major, County Cork, and then Greater London, United Kingdom, plus 18 other regions. Then I am 7.4 French and German from Lower Saxony, Germany. 3.7% Swedish from, Scandinavian Swedish from Skane County. Then I'm 0.5% Finnish. I don't know where that pops in, but okay. And then I am 10% broadly Northwestern European, 1.7% Southern European, which composed of 0.3% Italian and 1.4 broadly Southern European. So I'm pretty much Irish, German, and a little bit Swedish there.
That's it?
That's basically what I am. The rest of it's just sprinkled wherever.
Yeah, it's funny. So where
Which
my
I
thing
kind of
says like
knew.
broadly
I knew what I was, so
What
this
about
kind of
mine?
confirms everything I knew.
We'll get to you in a moment. So
I just thought I was a little bit more Swedish than I was German, but I realized, no, I'm not.
So for Mary, it's 0.8% broadly European, which is just like kitchen sink, and for me, it's 10.2%. So
Mine
there's
is
a lot of
3.1.
unassigned. Yeah. So the funny thing is, we did Jess's as well, which should be theoretically 50%, 50%.
No, well, yeah. I mean, you don't
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
completely.
it's half of his, half of yours.
I
Yeah.
know.
It's chromosomes. So the odd thing, so you can, I know you're dying to point out one thing.
Yeah, just say it.
So on Jess's thing, and this is where I say that there's some, false positives, I think, on some of this data that comes from 23andMe, but Jess's is 0.5% broadly Western Asian and North African. And that doesn't pop up for
Either one of us.
And I also have unassigned.
Yeah, and there's also unassigned, which neither of us have, for her for 2%. But for the most part, everything else kind of falls into other buckets. So I will say the positives. So the positives for 23andMe, you can find DNA relatives, whether that's a positive or a negative for you. But as you're going through the 23andMe registration, they hound you for opting into different things. And one of the things that you opt into is wanting to be able to put your results out there so that others can potentially find you, or you could find others that are related to you. So by doing that, by opting into that one particular thing, immediately before I had even connected to Jess directly on 23andMe, she popped up as daughter. So it immediately, yeah, and same thing happened with Mary. So Jess,
I have a couple of relatives that actually, long story short, they found some
so
connections. Yeah, and
so for me, I have, and this is only going to be, if you have other relatives that have done 23andMe and they've also opted in, you're going to see them pop up on this list. It's almost like when you would search on Facebook for somebody by name, but instead it's automatically finding these people for you. So it automatically,
because your DNA match.
Yeah, it automatically found a second cousin for me, but it found 1,175 relatives that at least have some parts of my DNA strain within them.
From way back when.
So it starts all the way at second cousin, or it could start immediately.
First, it points out your close relatives. I have 11, which I have confirmed a few people that I do know.
Under family and friends.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what can happen, and what has happened, both for our people within our family and people within our friends, and also people that have within, if you guys listen to Howard Stern, Sal Governale is going through this now. But like Mary's cousin,
my first cousin,
found out that her father had kids with another person. And,
before he got married,
but still had other kids that nobody knew about.
Mm-hmm.
And they just popped up on 23andMe. So surprise, there's a relative. So you can imagine, if you have a father, or if you, like, even for me, I mean, God forbid you think like before Mary there was a life, and what if all of a sudden I find out you have, oh my God, I have another kid, and this is happening like an epidemic. So one of our other friends is going through the same thing now too. They just found out that they have another sister. Sal Governale is also from Howard Stern show, found out that he has two other sisters. It's not an isolated thing. As long as you opt in, it's kind of like opting in and hoping, like, maybe I'll find somebody, that I didn't know about, like cousin-wise or something else, but not all of a sudden like direct relative.
Brother or sister.
So it their database of DNA will tie everybody together. So that's kind of a plus, I guess, if you are looking for other relatives.
Yeah, if you're interested in ancestry and stuff like that, it's really cool.
Yep. So Jess connects to more people than me because of Mary's family.
My side, because of what we found.
Opting into this. I don't have many people from my side of the family that have done this yet. But so I'm going to also say one thing as far as the downside of this. So like I said, they do hound you for everything, and they also have this whole other section of doing health research that they could tell you, potentially some predictive modeling. If you are prone to maybe having cancer in your family or heart disease or things like that. You can opt into having your health research as another fee. So they're always trying to upsell you on different things.
Yes.
But the other big thing for me that was a negative, if you work with statistics at all, you start to find out, like, when you do your ancestry, my results and Mary's results and Jess's results that everybody just told you about, that's set at like a 50% confidence level, which if you work with statistics, everybody out there that works with math right now is saying like 50%, that's garbage. You want to work at least, I would say, minimum confidence level of like 85%, but they don't give you that as an option. You can toggle certain things in your system, and I think the closest to like 100% confidence, I think, is 90%. So, and now of course I can't find that data.
Yeah, I know.
So I will tell you, not only, yes, I've just found it. Not only do they make it very difficult for you to find the confidence level to shift it. It goes from 50 to 60 to 70 to 80 to 90. But when you shift it to 90, your results will slide pretty dramatically because their database, and if you read what they put out there, their database is not so thoroughly complete that they're able to have so many samples to compile together and come up with better results to definitively narrow down where specifically you're from.
Mm-hmm.
So things shift a lot. And that to me was, I understand why they do what they do, but at a 50% confidence level, which they even indicate is speculative, but they don't advertise it as speculative.
No.
It's not very good definitive results to go by.
Yeah, I know, but I'm happy with my results.
Yeah, that's exactly the whole thing. So we've kind of had this argument within this house for the better part of the last couple of weeks, where then Mary is like, well, this is what I was always told. So, and this fits the narrative of what my background was supposed to be. So I'm going to believe that. But you don't have math or science to necessarily back that up yet, unless more people buy into 23andMe, which on the positive side, your metrics will continue to keep shifting as they have for us.
I've become more Asian.
Yeah. So who knew?
Who knew? I don't know.
Things will continue to keep shifting as more people submit samples to be analyzed. So, any event, that was our Father's Day information, because I'm a father and I got this information, and unfortunately my dad is not here to be able to take this test to be able to build a fuller
I
picture.
probably wouldn't believe it. Like, no.
Yeah, I mean, so I told my mom these things. She was like, well, I guess that's good if you're looking to have some of that information. But,
yeah, my mom
not
wants
exactly
to do it.
confident.
She's 100% Irish, so it's kind of funny.
Or so she thinks.
So she thinks.
Maybe
Probably
she's part
Asian,
Asian.
Maybe. Who knows? She might be the little Asian link that skipped over me.
In any event, we're going to wrap out this Father's Day video, multiple days. By the time we publish this, multiple days after Father's Day. But thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for all of your likes and your comments and your subscriptions. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Have a great night. We'll see you guys.